Growing up here, the waterways weren't great. You'd stand in knee-deep water and couldn't see your feet. And as a kid, I thought that was normal. Now, the fish species are phenomenal, and I can see healthy plants, lily pad beds expanding in the area. We have amazing wildlife in town. These things were unheard of when I was a kid.
When there's, contributing factors like sewage or runoff or continuous use of shoreline and areas that flow into the lake as a place to dispose of things, we needed to get the message out that that all had to stop. Many of our lakes were on the impaired waters list for the state, and that's definitely not somewhere you want to be as a community. There was a lot of activity going on around the need for forming a watershed district in our area. And here we are 20 years into the process, and we've got a team of people who are not only recognizable in the community, but they are a player at the state level. They are up there proving results for Prairie Lakes. The Shell Rock River Watershed District has been able to move through the course of the process and build on projects necessary to get to a point where you can actually put a large piece of dredging equipment into the water and make a difference that is not going to be hindered 3 years later by the same practices that were taking place years ago.
The Shell Rock River Watershed District is an entity of the county that is working on cleaning up the waters within Freeborn County, City of Albert Lea, and the boundaries of the Watershed District.
I love helping people. Landowners tend to come in a lot and ask, here are some issues that we have. Here are some water resource concerns that we want to get addressed. How can you help us do that? And then we look at that issue and say, what funding opportunities do we have to help this person? We will then work with our funding sources, which either we have our local option sales tax, multiple grant sources, apply for those grants. Then we work with the contractor to implement the project to do the fix. And then, we have an end project to improve water quality and clarity. So those are kind of the big things that take place. For the small steps, the day-to-day, we do a lot of education and outreach. We sell rain barrels, we do rain garden installations, we have cost sharing for things like cover crops in the agricultural community. So there's a lot of small things that work together to create big change.
The main reasons we were formed was the dredge project on Fountain Lake. In 2018, we started that project with some state bonding dollars and our local sales tax dollars. In this last legislative session, we just received $9 million to finish phase 3, which is the final phase of the project.
The dredging has been phenomenal. People in town don't recognize the complete beauty of this area because they're just used to it.
All of the water that we have here is flowing onward to somewhere else. So it's super important to make sure that our waters are healthy.
Our future goal for the Shell Rock River Watershed District is to continue cleaning up the water within our jurisdiction. Once we complete a successful project on Fountain Lake, I know a lot of us want to start looking at Albert Lea Lake, which is the largest lake within Freeborn County and within our district.
We're very blessed to have so many lakes in our area, and sometimes I think we take that for granted. We're just surrounded by water, and it's important to take care of it so it's here for the next generation.